have I been asleep? Hi everyone, and welcome to Shut Up and Watch Dice Hate Happen. Today, join me as we travel back in time. And I don't mean using a phone booth, or a British phone booth, or a unitard. No, we're going to be traveling way back to the Summer of Love in World's Fair, 1893. Designed by P. Alex Keaton and published by What Does the Fox Say Games in association with Lorenzo Lamas Game Studios, The World's Fair in 1893 sees players taking on the roles of participants in a tabletop board game, who must play it until one of them wins. Let's see what you get in the game. The central board of the game is this beautifully illustrated image of a merry-go-round that was accidentally printed on two sides. The top has this slot cutout, which is handy because you can fit this extra piece in there. Alternately, you can put other things in that slot, like batteries, Legos, or a hermit crab. You also get armloads of cubes, a plethora of keyards, and various bits and bobs sculpted out of mahogany and cardboard, including this Johnny Five head. Before we get to setup, let's take a moment and have a theme chat. Now, many of you may already be familiar with the setting of this game because it was immortalized in the very famous book Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. But for those of you who don't know about the historical setting of this game, let me take a moment and catch you up. By the end of the 19th century, the United States was a country at a crossroads. Though exciting new inventions like the stop sign and bottle caps were sweeping the nation, Americans were keenly aware that they would have to wait 117 more years for Glee. One day, they decided that they would hold a World's Fair to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Christopher Cross discovering America. Chicago was chosen as the site of the World's Fair, probably because of Oprah, and a dream team of brilliant men and women worked to design and build the massive event. To give you an idea of just how epic in scope the World's Fair was, let's do a little exercise. I want you to think of two things at the same time. The first, I want you to think of the greatest theme park you've ever been to, whether it was Dollywood or Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. All right, think about that amazing place. Now, the second thing I want you to think of is the greatest thing you've ever done in your life, whether that was meeting and marrying the person of your dreams, or opening a homeless shelter, or a pet rescue. Imagine that amazing theme park and that amazing great thing you did together. Have that in your mind. And then I want you to think of something that is so much better than that crap you just thought of, that what you're thinking of is like a pile of dog excrement. Because the thing about the World's Fair was, it not only had a massive Ferris wheel, but everything was painted white. It was that incredible. In Worldly Fair, your main focus will be on cubes and keyards. The keyards in the game represent important historical people and exhibits from the fair, such as Daniel Burnham, Sunny Day, George Pullman, Tower of Rays, Modern Woman, French Furniture, Japanese Screen, Cyrus McCormick, Bertha Palmer, Quadricycle, Typewriter, German Village, Irish Village, World's Largest Cheese.
bicycles, AC, ice, railway, Houdini, popcorn, the street in Cairo, and the Navy search of life, elevators, coffee, Ferris made a big wheel, Tiffany, ostrich farm, zoo, perhaps a graphical hall.
We're gonna start a World's Fair. Sorry about that. Once you've got the tilt-a-whirl set up in the middle of the table, and you've distributed cards in appropriate amounts to everyone on the block, it's time to begin the game. Here's how you simulate what it was like to host a World's Fair. Grab up the 88 cubes included in the game, hold them above the table, and then let them drop. Look at all those happy people checking out your fair. For each cube that ends up in a specific area, you will earn money, prestige, Italian beef, and Chicago Bears season tickets. Each round, players will drop more cubes until there's 750,000 cubes on the table, which matches the record daily attendance at the historic World's Fair. Now eventually one player will connect the Hogwarts Express from the World's Fair to King's Cross Station, triggering the end game. Players who win the game receive medals, much like these, that they can staple to their chests to show off their World's Fair prowess. Well, there you have it. That's how you play World's Fair 1983. I hope you've had a pretty fair time learning how in the world to play it. And remember, once in a while, a rule mistake will slip into these videos. If that happens, please write a letter in a self-addressed stamped envelope and send it to Rodney Smith, 123 Tim Hortons Lane, Maple Syrup, Canada. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, until next time, why don't you shut up and watch Dice Hate happen already? Bye-bye.